because I think the fear of positioning there and exposure, maybe adding a little too much tension, did take one more tap on the move. Gonna have a chance to heal up. Meanwhile, the top of this hill, thick with players. Where they stacked up, trying to make rotation here. 41.
Okay.
Well, actually, they're from a stream. Trick Pog taking forward.
Crew also in the match was second. Last time we saw him there, we got a number of dual qualifiers over on the side there. Players looking to get the solo spot. You see Kuma using the stink to try and force the player forward, and then editing out. Boom, there goes the second one, knowing they can't stack in volume and quadra. That one smells. Go get yourself a gas mask.
No, mas eu vou ficar a ver. Fica-me.
So when you're sitting on 3, Elam's now holding the edit. He's going to try and peek on through, deciding to apply a little more pressure. Oh my gosh, the back-to-back stink bombs, very lethal, especially at this point in the game. You have to realize these players understand if there's people that were caught rotating, got tagged up significantly, and didn't have the ability to heal.
Pera aí, Vasco. Espera que ele saiu sozinho. Pera aí, Vasco. Pega.
Shot just moments before that, and we're about 50 HP. That is a good opportunity to just chuck the stink in there, maybe do an HP check, see if they're low, and in this case it pays off. 2 eliminations with basically no effort. And as you said before, we're looking to get the player count down to 30 before that storm surge goes away. We're sitting at 38 above for Dave, 32 players left, so 2 more need to go down.
Oop, boxes the baller in. The baller is going to just boost right on out, says I want nothing to do with that. Now you can see on the side Dave getting another tag there. You see that threshold number also going up.
Bora Peixoto!
That edit open, but the player, because his back is to the storm, isn't going to have time to take shots towards him. So well played from Dave. Other player pushes it, and Tripper from Singularity kind of caught a little bit there. Seemed like he was going for an aggro play.
I think potentially he expected Dave to not look back because the catch, good grab there. Tripper, I feel like was thinking, okay, Dave's not looking at me, I'm just going to step out, I have the angle, I'm going to take the shots from this side, and ended up kind of getting clapped very quickly. Dave's reaction, rotation down there, I'm not sure how to say that name, just going to put that out, it looks like a sneeze, I apologize.
Yeah, I'm normally even trying to attempt on that, but we're in the top 25, let's pay attention to the rotations as you see a number of players playing.
Yeah, man.
The most ballers I've seen in the game easily this weekend.
I mean, I don't think we saw this many ballers in Europe when they were at 300 health. Europe has an affinity or like a particular hatred for ballers rolling around.
We've made comments in the past about how they always seem to be fans of taking shots at players that are in ballers on the move when they have an opportunity to. Maybe a follow through here, the back-to-back, can't quite find it. But yeah, look at how many are left out on the field. This is a very rare sight for European qualifiers.
And it kind of compounds on top of itself because the more players who are in ballers, they aren't going to take shots at each other. And if you're not going to waste shots on baller players, you're not going to eliminate them. So once the explodes start coming out, that's when things get dicey because the RPGs can damage through the ballers, and with the 150 HP, 1 AR round into them and then followed by an RPG, a ton of damage. But now Pill is just going to go to work, ignore the ballers on the low ground, running around like he finds Trockley, and he finds Elopress right at him. 13 players left. Still in the rotation here, taking a chance to pop a mini.
Bem feita!
Olha! Not at this point,
Voltei, motos, bora jogar.
Eu vou comer mais, não, bebê.
Tô ligado, mãe. É Domingos, depois MODZ. Tchau. Meu irmão só compra contas. Vai ser banido. Ó Vasco, espera aí. Vou só acabar esta partida, depois eu vou meter para ver. Espera aí, ó Vasco. Espera aí. Olha, eu tenho que sair da partida, desculpa. É que o Vasco quer ver, senão os pais... Se eu não tiver-me a ver, os pais tiram-me do telemóvel. Vai ganhar isto. Olha, o Vasco, o Peixoto morreu. Oceania, Ásia, Europa. Olha, a Europa é o que tem mais.
A little bit longer than the queue times because the average game of full Fortnite is about 26 minutes long. So you need to let everyone finish up, get all of those results tallied in because every single time it's going to come down to the last match of the server, those top point lobbies. And right now Motor is trying to make a case to get into one of those lobbies as he's sitting in this cone looking for a pick. 42 players remaining, so again, everyone playing absurdly safe. Nobody...
Comentário? Yeah.
Have our top 40 Tohaj being taken down as well, and we're still 14
Peraí, mais
players
outro
away from
comento.
the first
Mete mod.
In a second.
Peraí.
Circle 6 to 7.
Como é que eu te meto mod? Vai, vou buscar uma tela.
Interesting one, too. A number of players up on top of a hill. You see the mini-map there, that left side based around the supply crate on the map. Holding the edit here. Motor trying to look out and see if there's anybody that might squeak out. He's looking back immediately behind him. I don't know if he realizes the player up above has an RPG. Oh, he does now. If he didn't before, surprise, there it is. A quick attempt. And the seal off, the close off of the edit there. Quick reset, well played from whoever that is inside.
Yeah, I just saw a nightmare situation where he had pushed out right after that for the shot and just accidentally stepped in front of the heavy sniper bullet. Now you can see that storm surge turning on right there. Motor more than fine, 502 above. Might regret popping that shadow zone since had a community launchpad placed right next to him, but he's...
Oh, I don't think he regrets it anymore. Honestly, Sundown, I think he's pretty happy about how that turned out. What a shot on rotation, a quick 180 in the combat to the dome, picks up an elim. Sundown's mouth is literally sitting open. You can't believe what he saw. That was ridiculous.
But one thing that players might not be aware of, he bunny hopped right there to get maximum distance. So what that is spamming your jump button right as you hit the ground to get a little bit of extra horizontal distance, and it carried him past the player. So the 180 and one hit him with the combat. That's what I talk about when, like, sometimes I feel like these guys are playing a different game.
It's not Fortnite. I don't know what that is, but that's not Fortnite. That's some craziness.
It's nuts. These guys pushing the envelope, but Mongrel Zeke is pushing the envelope, not going to pull a Mitro on the dual partner there, opens the door, gets over onto the side, and is desperately looking for every point he can. Doesn't want any interaction if he can avoid it. Will he find it? 2 HP? And he does! Motor gets taken down. 26 players remaining. Mongo, that could have been your moment in the box. 2 HP. Erosi gets Aki. That's 2 more points going over for him. That could be huge. That could be it. And now Mongrel on the side of the zone, back up to 75 HP. What can he do with it? Will the siphon in the mats be enough? 70 materials on the side of the zone, 24 players left, less than 5 minutes left in the queue times. If you want to go to New York City, you show up right now, and unfortunately, Mongrel is out. Let's see if he can get another queue as the rest of the match is now running. Provoked up on the high ground. You see Stompy, Martez also hanging out. Martez trying to take the high ground away, but SB Alman is up there as we hit the second placement threshold, top 15 now.
Stompy picking up another elimination in the feed. Provoked at 3 eliminations from Fnatic here. Stompy picking up actually another one. Stompy absolutely owning the feed. Provoked trying to box up, stay alive, very edge of the zone. Takes the chance, an opportunity to pop that slurp and get a little bit of a tick. Moves forward, trying to top off the HP. Players fighting underneath him, looking for a chance to establish a base of operations on the move here. And it's going to be difficult. Does get the mini off though. Looking for players from behind. Very common tactic here. You get into a safe area where even if it might be 3-4 meters, catches someone in the face with that combat shotgun. You look for any chance for a quick whip back, anybody moving in from the outside of the storm, because they're the ones that they're forced to move in. You can't sit out there. And so even if you have 3, 4, 5 feet ahead of them, you can look back and get a shot off and pick up an elimination. 40 seconds left on that European queue. Get in those games. You're gonna try and get the last ones in. Quick edit, a peek through. Cubex gets tapped one time, very low. Now you have to remember there's a 60-second window after that damage where if storm damage maybe claims that player gets an elimination, it's going to count for Provoked. Dropping in here, 8 players left. Quick swap, shot, back to back, and MQ goes down. For another, players underneath on rotation. Quick headed down to push in, finds another on the outside. One more, looks for another, gets it. Stompy gets another. 3 eliminations, the triple in the feed, and there's 3 players left. Provoke on the ultimate low ground right now. 1 mini pop, moves all the way to the edge, pops.
First
campfire down.
He's getting pressure from both sides now, and this is the top 3. Oh. Can't find the shot. It's AIM Cubex who gets it. That's 52 points for Provoked. And again, each one of these Elans, each one of them matters more when you're in these high points lobby. Martaz on the high ground, Cubex on the low ground, 39 to 49 points. Martaz wants to close this out. 27 builds to the 0 of Cubex, and that's going to be it. Martaz closes that one out. 43 points so far. Queue times are closed. The last matches will be coming in, but for now, we're going to throw it back on over to Courage, who's in the studio.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, that is it for the queues out in Europe. You see how dramatic it can be in these final moments. We still have more games to bring you. We want to make sure you get caught up to speed on those exact last matches, but I know, Zeke, we've had some
Olha, só parece ir ao canal, denunciar, remover, bloquear, temporamento, utilizador, ocultar,
And I just want to highlight his rifling skills and just the way he approaches this
fight. Como é que se mete modo numa pessoa?
And you can just see he's using that towards ducking behind, making sure it's absorbing as much damage as possible. Airwatch. This is someone for me that I truly believe and I want to see go to the World Cup Finals, especially with the last opportunity.
Comentário. Vou comer. E lá, 4 pessoas a ver. Obrigado, pessoal, por tudo. Obrigado pelas 4 pessoas a ver. Não!
Não tá abaixo, tá abaixo.
Meu irmão carregou uma bola.
End up getting the victory out, but just look at this. He's unbelievable. Once he gets going, it's very difficult.
Pessoal, quem tá aí na live, diga oi, por favor.
Now here's we're going to see his untimely demise here. He is going to go and try and challenge a player.
Eu acho que eu já sei.
And he does get traded back out. Now keep in mind though, he did make top 5, so he still got the points from that. Now, Tolecito, we saw this incredible play. I thought this was incredible because he used the flint knock to shut down Mexi up on the high ground. And then just look at the HP from everyone else. He has...
Ok, já vi. 8 mais.
even if the player had traded out, he would have been in a pretty good state either way. So it was a pretty good game for these players. I mean, it's finals day. You know everyone's showing up big, making plays.
Insane right there, to have the confidence to drop on down, redeploy. But guys, I'm not going to hold this up. We've got our final games from the European region. Who will make it to the Fortnite World Cup Finals? Let's find out.
Thank you so much, Courage. Also, just want to give a shout out real quick to the guy running the AR wall. Whoever picked the screen that was right there, the way the two lines lined up with the black four. It looked, I was sitting here and I'm like, all right, that's a cool shot. So, you know, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. We give a bunch of love to the observers. Give him some love right there. Great screen. But now we're on board. Again, these are the absolute final matches. Queue times are done. We are in Europe, 8 spots up for grabs for the Fortnite World Cup final. This is your last opportunity. If you are one of the best, you need to prove it right now, or you will not be on that stage. You won't be playing with TP, with X2 Jordan, with Stompy, and 6J trying to make a case for being there as he picks up Zegrin and then gets on his rotation.
Absolutely ridiculous. Between games there, while everybody was watching the quick replay analysis, Sundown and I were talking about the different regions and just how certain aspects of each region stand out, and I think it's unanimous agreement that Europe has some of the best technical Fortnite and some of the most aggressive play that I think we've ever seen, and it is so much fun to talk about and so much fun to watch because these players are playing on a level that I don't think you have to imagine back in the day when Fortnite was, you know, it was the battle royale portion was in its, you know, early days. No one imagined the game would get to this. You can't possibly have said, oh yeah, one day we're gonna watch players, you know, the technical skill and building and quickly editing and dropping in through floors and pushing walls and doing all these things, everything that they do. No one would have imagined it was going to come to this, the quick edits and push through Kais and picking up the first Elam. It's things like this. You could not have told me this is what Fortnite was going to evolve into. And you have to admit, whether you love or hate the game, no matter what you think about it, how things have changed and grown is fantastic to see. People are really pushing the technical skill that I think has to offer in a way that no one could have predicted.
I mean, it's actually absurd to me, and like I said, I've been able to be a part of the process from playtesting through all of this.
You've been around since the beginning.
Yeah, I've never would have fathomed that players were doing this. I think one of the first things when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's good because you can be aggressive because you can like build at someone in your own cover. You don't just like hide behind a wall and stuff. And now it turns into, instead, these guys are building literal tunnels and mansions and skyscrapers in the span of 2 seconds. I think one of the plays we saw yesterday with the player, one by one, threw a trap down, edited a ramp and shot all in the span of 0.2 seconds. So I'm like, all right, you're playing a different game than me. Yeah, right there. Skype taking away Yarkos' ceiling with a single shot, double replaces it, double edits down, and then pushes in the space of nearly a half second. He gets it 50, or I was about to say 57, but 60 points now as the top 15 does literally just take over. The player gets taken down and Skype is creeping up into that qualification range. Again, top 8 players will go, and this is the last shot. How they earn the points, top 25 is 3, top 15 is 5, top 5 is 7, the victory royale is 10. Each Elam is 1, and Skype certainly knows that. He's been playing absurdly aggro. If he hits you, he wants to go.
You saw for just a second in there a quick attempt at maybe a heavy sniper shot, but he realized it wasn't loaded, opted back to try and push through the ramp instead. Very quick thinking on Skype's part, the swap out for the combat shotgun instead of the tac. Pretty common there, player looting inside, but Skype more focused on rotation and position, as placement points will be everything for a player that is this close to making it to New York City.
That was so good by him to go around the back side of that building so he could extend the shadow bomb timer up to now get up to the mid tarp. You have Light up on the high ground, 13 up Nay, now just dropping down on the tarp below Skype. So Skype is on secondary high, but he's boxed up right now. Light's going to begin to work top down as we still have a number of ballers who are going to begin to get shot out as we head towards the second placement threshold. Kinzel gets taken down there, and Light continues to rain shots down on these ballers, saying, hey, you gotta play Fortnite with the rest of us. Burn your mask, get out of there. Top 15 is on the board. John 22 on Twitch picks up Calzo. Uno OG goes down, and Light continues to check his top, make sure he's safe, and then rain shots down. Dalo gets taken out as we get closer and closer to the top 10.
12 players remaining. Light still ultimate high ground. Skype right underneath, and I believe I saw for a moment Benji Fishy was in this game, but it looks like he's been eliminated at this point. Kaizen on the ultimate low ground, going to have to take an opportunity to heal up if possible. 9 players left, and Light is looking for a peak shot on a player in rotation, trying to challenge potentially the high ground. The pyramid of the play underneath kind of signals to me maybe not pushing up just yet, and I think Light realizes that, taking a chance to look down at maybe other players in the move, and yeah, he sees another one. There's a scent of potentially elimination. Light getting challenged for high ground now.
It's Rapti. Rapti's going for it and then drops it back down, realizing he's not going to be able to take it. Pops the shadow form and goes all the way down to the far side. We're nearing the top 5. Now, one thing to keep an eye on, look at the points next to the names. 56 on Light, 64 on Skype. This is for a trip to New York City, as Light is able to pick up 59 there. They want everything they can. 6 Shades gets Rapti, but Skype trades it right back out and loops back into the zone. Skype on the edge of the mountain tries to find the jump pad, and he gets it going to the sky. Light trades out Miles on the top, so now 60 to 67 points, but Skype on 55 HP. Light pops the shadow bomb. What's he gonna do? Opts to drop down, so now Skype has to know he's down there. Skype has no mobility. Storm ticks it over. Light gets the Elim credit as well, and that's gonna push him up to 64 as well, so evens it up. We're getting down to the final moment.
Depending on where this was in their games played, we're looking at 64 and 67 players for Light and Skype respectively. That potentially could have been a prevention for Skype to make it to New York City, or pushing Light all the way close enough to qualify if he has a game left. People have to realize these end games, when you see players at those point counts fighting it out for the victory royale, it can mean the difference. We saw it, I think, last week in NA East, a team just literally fighting the last second, the very last match, and the fact that one team took the win is what put them in the placement to make it to New York City.
It was week 6 duos, and it was RBK versus the Cooler Boys. The Cooler Boys ended up winning the 2v2 from the low ground, got the victory royale, and the 3-point difference from the victory royale, not even the elims, was enough to deny the RBK boys the spot. So when we talk about high impact eliminations, high impact engagements, and everyone mattering, when the queues are closed, these are the last matches on the server, so not exactly live, but about 5 to 10 minutes delayed. You are deciding your trips, you're deciding other people's fates, and these are the moments when you need to clutch up. We've talked about before, you don't have to be the best, but you need to be better than the person across from you. And when you're dealing with the best of the best in a trip to New York City, that's still got to be really good.
Yeah. That's why I'm here behind the desk and not at the game.
I mean, I'm so glad these guys are so good. They make our job so incredibly easy.
And like, so much fun.
If the gameplay was really difficult, it'd be hard, but it's so hype. You guys are so good. Just shout out again one time, #Fortnite World Cup, to all of the players who have competed in the arena, in the tournaments, on Saturday, on Sunday. Thank you so much for doing this and making incredible plays and giving us this opportunity.
I do want to say too, that one of the most common, I think, criticisms of competitive Fortnite is typically, the shots through, kills only, almost finding that Elim, gets one big hit, can't quite find the second. Exotics does pick that Elim up. I was going to say, one of the most common criticisms of competitive Fortnite is, everybody's sitting in 1x1s, not doing anything. You know, it's kind of slow play from time to time. I want them to pull this stream up and watch through these European games. Let us get to NA East and NA West and just how much pressure they apply at times. We literally just saw a player run out, push through a box with a heavy snipe and push inside and get an elimination, feeding into like window edits and shots through there with the combat shotgun. Competitive Fortnite, there's tension, there's action, there's pressure applied from every angle sometimes. You really have to dig in and watch long durations of this to see all the craziness that happens, because people are elevating the gameplay every time we watch it.
There's so many nuances, and I think the best part for me is every single day there's something new somebody is doing to push the envelope. Yep. There's always something somebody finds that is able to do, and every patch that comes out somebody finds a new combination, or there's something that's slightly better, as Excite has now picked up 6 elims in this match. We've seen 3 of them. Woo! We've now seen 4 of them going to work with the legendary AR and the shadow bombs on the rotation, getting himself.
Confio.
Make them break 2-1.
Okay, guys.
Every single time, always.
you're asking to
É
get
bom
pushed
como é que
quickly if
nós
you're
não
side by side,
gostamos.
especially if you're about to force a fight for a wall.
Pode.
Sight looking for shots here on players in the rotation. A little bit ahead inside the circle. A rocket coming in a quick close. The close off the edit. Good reset there. He's going to catch it before it blows him up. Looking back behind. Player rotating the outside. He sees the silhouette. Watching for the shot. Takes
Não
it.
pode
Gets
ser
it.
essa de
Foxy
pepperoni.
goes down up to 198 total HP and eight eliminations. We'll get a top 15 here in one more player needs to go down.
Mãe,
Sight
traz pão para ti,
storm
né?
out. Waiting his time. Trying to wait for that shadow bomb to tick out so we can box up.
This is an incredible game so far from Excite. With that pushing over, he's on a 13-point match right now. Let's look at the rest of the lobby. Archer up on the high ground. You have Miko, Lars, Wallboom, Motor, and Zyfler all on the mid-tarp. Rest of the players on the low ground. You see Noodle Kongan just get ticked over from the storm there. Motor going to begin to work top down, sitting on 41 points. Gets the headshot. Knows there's white damage there. Player in the box. Sees him get eliminated. He wants to continue moving forward. That was Maxa and Excite who both just got picked up. And Motor is completely out of build with no elims. He has to find something or has to find a way to drop down. Luckily, a player building on the tarp beneath sees the shadow bomb drop. He's going to use the pine tree to not take fall damage. Find logos on the side and also gets all of his mats and a med kit on 80 HP. That could be huge. You have the ability with the campfire, but he's dealing with such limited ammunition in terms of the small rounds. Wallboom goes down to Archer, and we get closer and closer to the final placement threshold before the victory royale. Motor opts to pop the campfire early. If he goes to full 100, this could end up being detrimental to him trying to medkit if we go to full heal. However, don't think that's going to happen with 90 seconds left. Antaret gets Miko, and we're into the top 5.
44 points right now for Motor. Pressure from above. Gonna have to box up and wait. See if anybody can make the move. Like you said, a big material pickup just moments ago for Motor, but not enough ammunition to make a difference. Artur on the ultimate high drops down.
Para Fnatic.
Very important move there. You see he places a couple services and builds his way back up. Quick shoddy shot. Anthrax trying to apply pressure. Player drops in. Shot from the outside. Gets Lars. Gonna have to rotate to the zone quickly as that storm is ticking for 10. 3 players left and pressure from underneath. Anthrax sitting on 2 builds. 15 bandages, but it's not going to be enough to keep himself safe unless he picks up this elim. Maybe some materials. 2 big hits. Can't quite find the elimination. Going to try and get ahead of the build. Shot from above. Pressure from the third party, and Motor picks up that elimination. Heads up situation. Motor in a huge disadvantage in the storm, ticking slowly, and Artur sitting on enough build. Maybe he'll apply pressure. Down to 10 now. The drop in and finds the elimination. Only 2. But it still gets the job done. A 12-point victory royale pushes Artur to 42 points thus far.
And again, don't forget, with the prize pool being doubled this week, even if you don't get one of those qualification spots there, the money is doubled in every single one of the placements. So each one of those interactions could be the difference in a little bit of a bigger paycheck. But now we're swinging
Olha, Edu, este aqui é europeu. É da Europa, pronto.
Areas in Happy Hamlet.
Este aqui, os gajos são todos de Europa. Europa, olha ali.
And was it like, as in you don't like the drop spot, or is it like the town like shouldn't have ever been developed?
I think that they have outdated laws about leashing your dogs, and I also think that the loot positioning is poor. I do not like Happy Hamlet. If you agree with me, hashtag Fortnite World Cup.
All right, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. What is your favorite solo drop spot? I know Lupo's is a not Happy Hamlet, so what's your favorite solo spot? What's your current solo drop?
My go-to typically is going to be, okay, so there's a little pirate camp in the southwest of Pressure Plant that before the volcano went off, that's where I was consistently dropping. Recently, though, because of the changes, I really like Valhalla. I like the dance club. If I'm dropping solos and I'm not going for, like, because there's a different play style.
Competitive, super serious, ultra World Cup qualifier, where are you dropping solos?
I'll go Valhalla, and if that's contested, I'll fly past the Snobby.
Okay, cool.
I like that west side of the map, typically because it is not often challenged. You have so many opportunities for rotation. And the only problem is, like, you have the rocket base that now is kind of decayed a little bit to the northeast of Snobby. You have Valhalla that's up there. That you have a lot of places where there's going to be people that can see down from above. But I mean, you also have a quad in there. You can quad fly your way back over the field. Tilted. What a back-to-back! That was 2 shots sequentially.
62 on the first guy for the body shot, finds the second player rotating and hits him with the headshot. We talk about the flint knock efficiency in the right hand. Skagen, the right hand's there, just pow, now, you talk about the pirate camp right there.
Bora, tu consegues! Last two.
Big fan of that west side of the map too. I know the little kind of broken house between Viking Village and where Polar was. That's down there. Has 3 chest spawns, and you can rotate away. There's mushrooms there. That's one of my drop spots.
Ice too. You can feed into Greasy if you want to. There's a lot of chances to move over there. I think the west side of the map right now is one of the best for solos.
I'm just upset. I lost the covered bridge down south in between Lucky down there. Has 2 spawns on itself.
Peraí, comentário. Voltei. Vim pelos Tomás.
Vim pelo Tomás. Sabes ler ou quê?
Não, vim pelos Tomás. Vim pelos... Quem é? Ah, és tu, Augusta. Não faz mal se te enganaste ou não. Caguei. Augusta, quem quiser partilhar, pode partilhar a live. Quem não quiser, não partilha. Se quiserem, podem deixar like. Se não quiserem, não deixem.
Waldo, Keysant, Orc H, Fool, Bayon.
É uma rapariga e um rapaz.
So many players, Mexi over there in a baller rolling around, Palazito in there, and still above storm damage. So if you are rolling around in the ball, you will be getting the ticks going there. Have to play aggression, have to play aggressive going through to turn that off, or just tag somebody.
Knox in the feed a second ago, I believe, being eliminated by the storm. Looks like that threshold did get to him, down to 31 players. Need one more to go down before Storm Surge is no longer a factor. 94 above right now for Styler, taking quick peeks, maybe thinking I need to get a hit on somebody before it's too late. I'd say back-to-back hits is pretty good there. Picking up an Elim, pushing it to 30 remaining. One through the wall to the right. Quick shot, misses twice, but finds a third. Tart goes down, picking up the second Elim. So far,
sabes o que é que eu vou comer?
29 players left, we're 4 away from placement points.
Só rapaz e uma rapariga.
So many people trying to rotate simultaneously through not even the ultimate low ground, but just kind of the mid is just full of people. Every single layer is a fresh tarp, and you have tons of new builds and a lot of metal coming up.
A lot of metal going through it, and you've got to work through the old builds as Brism gets taken down and misses out on the placement point. So now on board here with Haibuzin as he makes his rotation. Mexi out of the baller, picks up Savid. Ghosty gets taken down as well as Haibuzin. As he edits down, gets the shot, and then the tick over from the fall damage, I think?
No, I think that player that he shot actually survived. There was a storm.
Oh, it was the other player who went through. Gotcha. Okay, understood.
Full picking up an elimination with fall damage in your feet in the top. 4 elims right now. Haibuzin trying to push up through. Like I was saying, the player builds that are out there right now, so difficult to push through if they're metal. It requires so many more melee hits from your pickaxe to try and break. It's going to slow you down. You're going to take storm damage from it. It's going to put you in a worse position. You won't be able to get to the forefront of the storm while other players are trying to rotate. Next from Loot Boy, looking for a peek shot there. Going to drop out of the box. Looks like a little bit of a delay there.
Just madness on that low ground. Everyone is down there as we're getting closer. Boom, there it is. Top 15. Styler does get taken down on that mid-tarp by Mods. Harvey gets Keysant. Mexi gets taken down by Zealous. Bayon there. Brilliantly done. Topped out on the light ammo. Kripa gets Fool as Mods gets Blazing, and we're into the top 10. Top 5 being left.
Drops Martaz in with the edit. Catches him on the move at the corner edit and a quick swap.
Oh, man. Sorry. That was insanity. What a quick reaction there, man. Now at 2 eliminations. Only 24 builds, but G just picked up all that brick a second ago. He's digging through any materials he has left. Bodban all the way in the high ground right now. A single layer across, but it doesn't really matter. No one's looking up, and he's got RPGs for days. Looks like he's going to look down from above and try and take shots.
Good pickup, some Kripa on this mid-tarp right now as Botoban is
Yalla, 3 likes, obrigado,
pessoal. The mid-tarp top 5 just happened as Haibuzin gets ticked over. Shadow, will he be able to pick it up? Bayon gets Shadow though on the turn. Can Bayon catch back up to the zone? And Kripa gets caught by Botoban on the high ground. The single tarp strategy on the high ground. The one rocket he fires down for Elim and the victory out. He says you can take that out. 11 points coming out from Botoban.
Well played there.
Olha, vim pelos Tomás.
Ele viu os pelos do Tomás.
Vi os pelos do Tomás. Voltei pelos do
That's a super common strategy, especially in duos. Typically, you have players that are
taking shots
while the other drops down and reconnects the builds, and they swap roles back and forth.
Não, eu queria dizer, pelos da onde do cu.
all the time. If you watch the stream, it's super, super common.
Zayton's half another duo that kind of start. I
É
don't want to
baixo,
say like
E
made
depois,
Isso vai bugar o microfone!
here's the blueprint for
depois o Vasco.
Exactly.
Pizza,
You're
pizza.
connecting the
A
canopy
sério?
of the
Estás a
build to the
gozar?
structure that's already established underneath, because then if somebody shoots out what's way back
Não,
in
ele
the storm,
escreveu
you're not
a
gonna run back and replace
sírio.
it. But now it doesn't matter because you have another
Não,
branch
estou a brincar.
connecting underneath.
Também sou um preguiçoso a meter os acentos.
As we're on forward here with Solari Airwalks, 49 players left, so just a tick
Não consigo
under half of the lobby. Storm
Mano, para de me convidar, mano, não me apetece jogar.
going to be rotating through
Não estou a
pressure
saber
plants,
isto.
so lots of geysers, lots of innate natural mobility, and a decent amount of mats and metal that can be reused, so it should be interesting to see what ends up happening here as we hop on board.
Esquece, este Zarbi joga, este skate joga muito, olha. É espanhol ou o que é, olha. Está com 35 quilos.
Alpha on rotation, checking up above quickly, gonna layer up twice to stay away from the player underneath. You don't want to get dropped in on somebody else's structure. Placing the ramp with a cone so you can get quick edits in whatever direction you need. I do want to make a quick statement. You see these kind of edits, he's looking for shots down, and then he'll quickly do a reset after he feels like he's shot for long enough. You don't want to get caught gargoyling, tunnel visioning on somebody where you're exposed and someone might take a shot. And there's a lot of players in front of him. He might not see him, but they're there. But what I was going to say is oftentimes we see players do like the window edit and then instantly reset so that they can get transparency through the metal or the brick. More often now I've been seeing players do a door instead of a window because at this level, even that imagine you have 3, 4, 5 frames where there's a window open, someone might sneak a snipe shot or rocket something in through the window and you're gonna get punished. Door doesn't do that.
So close the door.
Well, yeah, you put the door in and it's still just a solid surface. So you prevent any opportunity for somebody to sneak a shot in. Yampi there, I was going to say, you might want to reset that window, speaking of.
Mongrel in the lobby, Crew in the lobby as well. You can see Mongrel currently sitting on 55 points. Last time we saw him, he was at that 50 mark, so down to it. You can also see Storm Surge, he's 98 damage above it. Again, that will get turned off at 30 players, so expect aggression to come out. Second Shadow Bomb being popped and just trying to get to the far side of the zone, get away from people, box up and be safe. Mongrel wants to play patiently, wants to not be eliminated early. Generally, you're used to seeing him play much more aggressive, but with everything on the line, with the queues being closed, with the last opportunity to book a seat in New York City, he knows he can't mess up. He has to get points here if he wants to be going.
You got to be thinking these players too when they're back.
Airwalks and Alpha Amons are both in the lobby. I apologize, but this place is stacked.
No, it's insane. You're right. I was going to say, players typically too at this level that are watching the queue and watching the leaderboard, they're going to ready up and then they're going to immediately go look to see where they are on the board as they go into the next game. Even sometimes they have a chance during their, like when they're boxed up in here, they'll pull up the leaderboard if they can on the website, something like that, and see if they can find out just how many points they need to make.
Tá ele, o Mongrel.
Does not surprise me that Mongrel's trying to play a little safer. Pushing over the top of this campfire player underneath. Another one boxing up inside metal. A lot of layers here. An attempt to maybe get a little bit of an advantage here.
Mongrel joga para
elevation, pushing forward, branching into the next circle.
Podemos não gostar muito,
almost took out his build there, which could have been absolutely devastating. Would have dropped him down. No tarp beneath. 28 players remaining. Look for shots. He finds it. There you go. Leon Flares goes down. 26 players remaining. Wolfies gets picked up by Krith. Mongrel up to 56 points. Looking for him. That's 59 now as he hits the top 25. Player directly next to him on the box, but trying to pop that. And Crew goes down as well. Was in the top 25, but that was the player who was in the second place last time we saw him. You have Windstrike Mayhem, who was within distance. Now you have Airwalks, the Solari player, at 53 points, trying to drop him down. RPG up on the high ground. He follows it right away. Suat gets swatted out of the sky, but Astro SMZ is also making his push for the top as he's picked up his third Elim since we've been watching. Mongrel gets another one, picking up Romu as we get closer to the top 15. Airwalks getting some reloads into that combat shotgun, wants to make sure he has every tool available as we push down to the final fight. Airwalks up on the ultimate high ground. ETQ rounding around the storm. Mongrel going to challenge on the mid-tarp, and he gets Carrera, and he also gets into the top 15 as we slide on forward. The train Ace Alpha puts the trap down, and he gets Astro. Astro knocked out. Could be his World Cup run over there.
26 points thus far for Alpha, but not a big deal. He's still putting on a good show. Shots back behind, finds another player. Cell caught in a box just outside. Rotating forward, 9 players remaining. Scalamo goes down to fall damage to the feed. ETQ eliminated by that combat shotgun, so powerful in these close range fights. Alpha, 6 eliminations, looking for the 7th, pushing through, applying pressure through the wall, does not want the player inside to take the chance to get anything. Mongrel picks up another elimination, then immediately gets eliminated, goes out in 7th place, almost the top 5 of those points, only gonna get 5 placement, could still be big enough to make his way to New York City. We will have to see before too long. Top 5 now, Alpha, 30 builds, a mini opportunity, anything to heal right now is gonna be big. You don't wanna be caught by players that may have positioning, and Oldies does in fact have that positioning, a 1v1. Players are basically 1-2 boxes away from each other, and Oldies may take the chance to rotate up out of the storm. See here, stuck against the edge. Airwalks, the ultimate high ground, just waiting. 97 builds for Oldies, but only 1 for Airwalks.
52 to 58 in points. This could end up being the difference. Oldies looks to go for it, and he gets the zone back from Airwalks. He takes away the zone, but Airwalks knocks him down. No fall damage coming through. Can Airwalks find the shot?
No build.
Oldies just keeping the zone in the area, and Oldies gets the victory royale, pushes him up to 55. Airwalks falls at 58 with no builds.
Imagine being Oldies knowing you just eliminated Airwax from Solary, Mongrel from Secret. You've got to be feeling really good about that game. A big push for points too. That was, like you said in the middle of it, a very, very stacked lobby. A lot of pressure too, because you have so many players now in these games that we're showing you. You have to remember at home, the ones that we're trying to pick the ones that are best for affecting the leaderboard, because these are the plays that you need to see. This is Europe, by the way. If you're just tuning in, if you popped in a little late, we're trying to push our way through these games because there's so many things happening, but all these lobbies are going to be so intense because everyone is vying for those top 8 positions to qualify to go to New York City.
And that's what it's all about, getting a spot in the Fortnite World Cup final. This is week 9 of the online open qualifiers, the last chance in the solos competition. And if you want to sit on that stage, if you want to be playing with the best of the best, the Bizzles, the Vivids, the T-Fuse, the Dementos, all of those top players on the stage with Faxbox and Banny, you have to clutch up right now in these final moments and against the best players.
Hello,
if you're
Pep.
unfamiliar with how the tournament matchmaking works,
Bora,
it's
Pepe.
3 hours, 10 matches, and as you climb in points, you're matched with players close to you in that point range. So the matches only get more difficult, the players only get better, and these are the times, these are the fights you have to win if you want to be playing for your shot at the $30 million.
A quick note too, if you're watching, this is the final game for Europe. Everything for these players to qualify for solos from New York City, to play for $30 million on a stage bigger than any stage Fortnite has ever seen. This is the last chance for Europe. There are a lot of fans out there of a lot of these players. Do me a favor. Go on Twitter. Tag your favorite players and show them some love. Keep the negativity out of this. Hashtag Fortnite World Cup, because Fortnite has done something that not many people ever thought would happen. They've put a focus on every player that has played out of their minds. And I want to be sure that all these people that have played, have qualified, have tried their heart out, they need to know that you're supporting the heck out of them. So again, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Please let your favorite players know that they've done an excellent job. Win or lose, doesn't matter how many eliminations. All these people have a lot of heart. It's important that they know that.
Indeed, a lot of heart coming out from all of these players. It's so incredibly hard to get.
I laugh as you say, but honestly, what a perfect name to see pop up. All that being said, no mercy this week.
Weigh-in picks up it. He says no mercy this week. Indeed, it's all about those last spots, trying to find the Shadow Bomb player as he rotates through, getting the shots going off here. And this is what it's all about. Storm Surge is on with 3 more players. Weigh-in pushing forward. Lacey Sher gets fast and then gets traded out by Rasmus. Our top 30. So Storm Surge is off. First place in threshold in 5 more players. Black Sue
Mas porquê que não compraste?
In the mid truck, gonna hop
Na
aboard the
Primark,
team,
a camisola
46
branca.
points right now. Going to need a monstrous performance if he wants to top off. He's seen a number of players pushing up towards that 60 range. Don't forget, 8 spots coming out of Europe. Top 25, the first placement threshold. And Black, good spot to hit it with the 4 shadow bombs.
É porque olha, depois eu vou ter a assinatura de todos os meus colegas.
Blacksu and Skype both excellent thus far. Potentially see Vato at some point. We'll have to find out. 28 players, 26, 25. What a quick shift in player count. Points going out. 3 for everybody left on the board. Down to 22.
Vou ver se tem alguém, pessoal. É a Peppa. Não sei.
A Peppa só conheço uma.
Não, então. Desculpa aí, Vasco. Desculpa aí, Vasco e Tofu e... Não sei quem é que tá. Olha, vou ganhar ao Vasco. Morri. Segunda bosta.
Jump up and move on through to the next section of this circle. Still not stopped. We're very close. You look at the mini-map, the blue and white cross over the circles. Once that happens, you know players are going to start boxing up and peeking back for sure. Back-to-back shots, back-to-back eliminations.
No, he only got one of them. Daryl got the other one. That could end up being huge. Like we said, every single one of these interactions mattering, but Blackso trying to push the envelope and get every elim anyway. Will he be able to find it? He hits the shot, gets the siphon on the first. All of a sudden, Blackso has single-handedly dragged his way into the top 5. 57 points, but we've seen more. He needs to keep pushing. This is the last match on the server. This is the top 5. Frenzy, Nate, Screaky, Masato, and Blackso will be closing out the European region. Blackso right now extending the timer out on the Shadow Bomb. He's in your bottom right. He drops down. Nate gets taken out by Masato. Frenzy begins to work. Top down. Takes 55 fall damage. Blackso pushes in. Him and Masato in the same box. Masato disengages around the side. Blackso desperately trying to find the shot. Needs everything he can. Top 4. Screaky goes down as Masato finds it. Frenzy continues working from the top down, but Blackso needs the space. No builds left on Frenzy. 47 points for him, 57 for Blackso. This is his chance. Can he get Lestream to the World Cup final? He's looking for it. He finds the first shot. 88. Can he convert? No. Frenzy picks up the elim, but he finds the 30 right after. Needs the elim and the victory royale. 461. But can it be enough? And can he close it out? He's looking for the shots. 49 shield, 85 health, no build. Frenzy gets cleaned up. 61 for Lestream. Blackso.
61 pontos.
Be enough courage. Will it be enough?
Acho que esse gajo ganhou.
We will find out, folks. 5 weeks of solo competition have led to this moment in Europe. The queues are done, and now it is time to find out who exactly has made it on through to the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Who will take up those final spots from the European region?
I think it's time to take a look.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen,
wow.
First off, congratulations to Andretta, who throughout the entire day was in that top spot. Crew, Skype, Light, Mongrel has made it on in. Was what everyone was wondering if he was going to do it.
Yep.
People had high expectations. He clutches in the end. Mku, Teak, and who did we just see in that last game?
There you go, man. Blacksu, he makes it in for Lestream. That's huge for the French-speaking community because we saw Solary already go through, and Lestream kept getting edged out every week, but now it's Blacksu's time to shine. Really quick, though, Andretta. So you talked about this guy's been on fire all day long.
Yeah.
We actually kind of pulled stats on his previous week qualifiers. For the previous solo weeks, 291th place, 127, 218, 610, and now first. All day long. Went from like 50 viewers on Twitch to like 20,000. Send Andretta some love. All his hard work has truly paid off. These are the 8 that are coming through, Courage.
Congratulations to them. I think there's one more thing we can do. It's time to punch their ticket. Zeke.
I'll start over here.
Start over there.
Boop. There you go.
Andretta made it. Crew made it. Let's hit the middle one. Skype made it.
There you go.
Light. Mongrel. Congratulations again, brother. in the middle. MQ, and finally, Teak, and wait.
There you go.
Roxu as well.
There you go.
The 8 players from Europe who will join Muffin and Rona season, as we saw earlier, making it on in. Incredible stuff. Europe was an insane day today, just as we expected. High-level lobbies, tons of people left all the way to that 5th zone. But here's the beauty of it, folks. We've got more action to bring you. We're going to go to a quick 5-minute break. When we come back, we'll catch you up to speed on some of the other regions before we kick off the NA East action.
Zeke, this is it. This is the last chance, all right? People need to know about this block party, all right? This is your last opportunity to get them involved, to get them hyped. Zeke, everyone's gonna be there, all right? DJ Zeke's gonna be there. DJ Sundown's gonna be there. Everyone's gonna be there, all right? The people are waiting. All right. You know what, man? I'm DJ Zeke. I don't need no card. But what you need to do is buy your tickets to the block party. Tickets are only $35, Fortnite fam. Listen, all right? June 15th, 16th, at the LA Forum. Day 1, Creative Showdown. Listen, all right? Team Evolve built an incredible map. Spoiler alert, it's dope. Day 2, Celebrity Pro-Am. 50 pro gamers, 50 celebrities, all battling out for a $3 million charity prize pool. What more do you want? What more do you need? Fortnite fam, you need to be there because we are ready to party with you. Bam!
Hello, outro dançar.
Hey, Fortnite fam, Sundown here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Flintlock pistol and its impact on competitive play.
Essa pistola é boa, agora.
The Flintlock pistol is a great addition. Sometimes it'll just change the course of a fight.
The things you can do is insane. You can get.
Olha este gajo, aquele gajo que eu estava a dizer.
Pretty far. You can almost use it as an AR at the
Olha este, é
just
tu.
to get one shot. It'll hit for like 80, 90 in the body.
And this is looking really good for Horrify, but the Flintlock is going to get the high ground. Nikiva, such a smart player.
The Flintlock is a common and uncommon weapon.
Antes ninguém gostava dessa pistola, eu sempre gostei.
It does 86 or 90 damage depending on rarity, and it has a 2 times headshot multiplier. This means that outside of a sniper rifle, it has the highest single shot damage potential in the game. However, the Flintlock only allows for 1 shot at a time, has pretty decent damage fall off, and also takes 3 seconds to reload. In addition to all of this, the Flintlock also has a mobility component to it. When fired, it will impulse the shooter backwards, and if the bullet strikes a target, it will impulse the target away from the shooter. This can allow for some tricky plays to be made.
Player there runs out into the storm, jumps, finds him, yeah!
No.
We've seen a decent amount of use out of the Flintlock during the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. So let's hear from some of the qualified players to get their opinion on its addition to the game.
If I'm low on HP and I have to choose one weapon, it will be this one. You can actually like kill someone from 200 HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from the situation, the Flintlock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance.
É que mas tu não vais fazer aquilo, já não vais. Aí, Gonçalo, foste bem burro. Fogo.
Peraí, desculpem.
É, ainda ficavas com 2 como a gente combinou, pá.
Desculpa, não era... Não, Vasco, eu não me apetece jogar partidas.
Can be utilized in the right hands. What is the best Flintlock play you've done or seen? Share it with us using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll be seeing you guys on the battle bus, or maybe Flintlocking through the air.
Olha o duplo. Duplo. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fortnite World Cup. This is the final week for solo qualifiers, so if you're trying to make your way to New York City to punch that ticket, now's the time to do it. You miss out. Coming up next, we have Asia and Oceania replays. Those regions have already played out. Before we get to that, I asked a question when I was with Sundown casting the end.
Ele trocou, é do
where your favorite drop spot was, and we are lucky enough because of the magic of Twitter and the production team who is always top notch. A little social. I want to see what everybody said about everything. I just want to put this out there immediately. My boy Till Truth agreeing that Viking Village up top, one of the best in the game. Disco, Frosty Dusty, Jung Junction when running solos. Unless it's a hotspot, dropping factories by Flush, Racetrack, Lazy Lagoon or the Block. The Block, honestly, we're seeing that more and more. A lot of players are picking that up. Mega Mall, surprising to me, one of the biggest landing zones on the map right now. We've seen it time and time again being constantly swamped with players. Paradise Palm, Salty Springs again. Pressure Plant, and I believe that is the very southeast corner of the map. Some players call it Westworld. There's all sorts of names for these locations where they don't have a POI name on them. Kind of interesting to see how creative people can get. So, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm always curious where people are dropping as hard as I can to avoid any of those spots. Thanks for telling me where to not go. But I do want to see where Asia and Oceania go, and in order to do that, in order to look at those replays and get a play-by-play of everything happening, I need some players to give me some insight. Those players, in this case, will be Monster D-Face and Zeke.
Thank you, Dr. Lupo. Back at it again, Zeke.
You ready?
Ready to rock it.
I believe you are ready. That's why you gave me the fist bump and not Courage JD. Fortnite fam, we hope you guys are ready because it is finals day. We're hopping into some replays from Oceania that happened this morning. We want to get these guys up to speed, have them, share their moment because them qualifying was a big deal. Yeah, absolutely. So let's get ready to hop into these games together. Is there anything you're excited about? You looking forward to, Monster?
I mean, I'm looking forward to just watching all these games unfold. I follow like every competitive player on social media, so to wake up to my peers, kind of happy that they pushed through. Unfortunately, sometimes you get the other.
Volta a assistir a Zarbi!
See their
Vou tirar print!
Kind of didn't fall in line for them because at the end of the day,
Zarbi!
performance is perfect. And when they kind of go back and really
fucking Zarbi!
You spot your own errors, so it's kind of crazy how much Fortnite has developed and evolved and how much more room for perfection there is.
A fucking Zarbi!
We can always be getting better, not only in Fortnite, but as humans. And of course, at our ability to eat chicken parmesan.
Eu estou sem palavras.
Never be able to eat it as incredibly as Courage JD.
Pois é, o melhor jogador do mundo, PS4.
Yeah, he's voracious with the food. 44 players here at Storm Circle 5.
What?
We see this all the time, right? Also, that was a great pickup of Maggie there in midair. We see this all the time. Finals day is very different than Saturday's qualification rounds, right? Saturday's semifinals are typically very elimination heavy. Finals, they know.
O recorde dele é uns 50 e tal. Ou mais.
Play for points, play for placements, and that's what we're seeing now.
Yeah, it definitely goes without saying that these last days when everything's on the line, there's just so much more pressure on you to perform that you are going to be more hesitant. But not only that, you have to respect people that are able to make it through to the top 0.01% Sunday for qualification because at the end of the day, look at how many players don't make it to Sunday. Like, literally, it's not easy to crack out 30, 50 points, 60 points if you're on EU at times, just to make it through. Like, the competition is that stiff, so there's a lot right down the line. If you make it through to Sunday, you got to give yourself a pat in the back regardless of how you do it, because it's no easy feat. And if someone makes it look easy, just understand that guy is miles ahead of the competition.
Yeah, for sure. And I think even if you don't qualify, right, there's always going to be events going forward in the future.
Já pode jogar mais tempo.
Another opportunity. Just because you didn't make it, it does not mean
agora jogas até mais quanto tempo?
Right?
I mean, just like everything in life, it takes a lot of preparation consistency.
Ok, se ficares até às 11 comigo.
One of the factors people don't take for granted is the luck factor.
Então, mas o que é que queres? A Zarbi é o melhor jogador do mundo. PS4. Ganha ao Tifuma, um grau.
Yeah, that's right. Rona, aka Sosman, taking that #1 spot over in OCE. He's already on 4 eliminations, so this is probably his.
Eu não estava com atenção, mano. Eu estou no telemóvel. Oh, mano, tipo, se tu clicas ver tudo, não é que, tipo, pode ser. Tipo, tu clicas ver tudo, mas eu não sou o único que usa o meu telemóvel, mano. O meu irmão mais pequenino também usa o telemóvel, está sempre a ver a merda do Panda, do Pai Natal, depois aquilo vem, sou eu que vejo isso, mas não vejo.
Ela foi o...
Ó Vitor, estás a ver os gajos a jogar? São grandes prós, mano. Evento do quê? Vai haver evento? Eu não vai haver evento das 8 às 23 da noite. Das 8? Mas já passa.
Dá um pau.
Eu vou jogar a apostar dinheiro. Apostar não.
Vai ver os vídeos dela, mano.
Eu vou receber dinheiro.
Dela não, dele.
Como assim receber? Oi, Vasco.
Vai, dá um pau nesse gajo, nesse João, né?
Pronto, já sabe, né? É.
O quê?
Pois.
Eu não sei nada.
Leva lenha e é logo 5-0.
Afonso, iniciaste uma partida?
Já, queres que eu saia?
Qual é um? Boa.
O Vitor está a dizer que vai haver um...
Duvido.
Um evento.
Achas?
Comentário. Vou jogar contigo,
O
ok?
gajo jogar assim? Então era só jogar desde a 7 e o gajo dava-me um pau, não? Oh, vai, para falar com outro.
Não tenho ninguém a assistir. Oh, Vasco, eu vi que tu deixaste like.
É alguma coisa de campeonatos ou quê?
Isso eu e o Vasco estávamos a ver até. O Vasco estava a ver na minha live.
Eu estou aí. Eu vou fazer uma partida aqui.
O quê?
Estás a jogar isso o quê? Ganda mentiroso.
Eu agora aqui a jogar.
Estás. Ganda mentiroso. Oh, tu meteste arena, isso também eu, mano. Tu meteste liga... tu meteste arena.
Leandro.
Se eu tivesse no
Eu já vou te explicar.
Mas tu estás nos Estados Unidos? Oh Vasco, mete pronto!
Eu estou a jogar o joguinho, matei o...
Estás a jogar o joguinho. Bora.
Já falaste?
Chegar ao 100 é bem fácil, é só derrotar os hamburgueses.
Então ele é ganda mentiroso.
Ouviste? O competir. Os desafios têm que competir. Se tu tocares, hoje
vai
haver competições. Eu estou a fazer essas competições. Vocês também podem entrar.
Como? Não dá.
Não dá, tens que ligar isto, olha, calma.
Tens de ligar o quê? Temos de ligar o...
Habilitar a ADF. Tens que habilitar a ADF.
Eu perco com ele e ganho-te a ti, Gonçalo.
Mano, isso não tem nada a ver. Olha aí, mano, eu tenho gajos que não têm isso. Tu tens...
Tu tinhas de ir à Liga dos Campeões para ir
Yeah.
lá ganhar a Liga e não sei o quê, mano. Fogo, tinhas perdido logo na semana 1.
Olha, o Vitor está a dizer que precisamos do ADF para jogar a Liga dos Campeões.
E é verdade.
É verdade, o que é cada mentira? Ele não está nos Estados Unidos para estar a jogar?
Mano é burro. Sabes que precisas de habilitar o ADF para jogar o World Cup.
O quê? Então porquê que eu tenho amigos que não têm?
Tá a gozar com os outros.
Olha, o Afonso L2 não tem o ADF.
Pronto. Então entra na conta do Gabi e ele não tem um ADF, pois não? Tenta lá jogar o World Cup, vai ter assim, habilitar ADF. Vai lá.
Hã? O Gabi tem o ADF?
Estás a gozar com os outros? Não, há outra conta do II, vai lá. Então eu vou a esta.
Então, mas a conta do II é uma merda. Estou a brincar. Essa aí é que tu tens aqui. Ô Vasco, mas tu és totó, mano. Tu deixas-me aqui sozinho.
Depois marquei
O quê?
Olha, estou a ir ter contigo.
O quê?
Não percebi isso.
Tu vens, deixavas. Tem alguém?
Mano, olha o Afonso, cala-te lá para tu o quê?
Tem ou não?
O quê, Gonçalo? Fala mais alto, dá para falar bem baixo.
A de bolinha também. O lama! Vasco, tenho um mini chão.
Vai ao YouTube.
Eu sei que foi burro usar a fenda, mas olha que dá.
Então, gostaste de diferenciar-se?
Hã?
Escreve, recorde mundial.
O que, Vitor? O quê? O queixo é que tu não tens.
As muitas.
Estás tudo bugado, Vitor. Ó, Vitor, estás tudo bugado.
Agora joga com uma fila.
Sim.
Olha, o Vitor está todo bugado, ou meteu um mute. Mete mute nele.
Estou-te a dizer, mas Nazarbi é o melhor jogador do mundo, PS4, mas está a
E é do UE King, é o segundo. Mas é o João.
Quem é o Eking?
O Eking joga para... Acho que o João Oliveira... Não, acho que o Eking joga melhor do que o João Oliveira.
Quem é o Eking? Já sei que é o Eking. Oh, sabes que eu ganhei X1 a esse gajo no parquinho. Tens noção disso?
É mentira, é mentira.
Se tivesse print ainda naquela conta do Twitch, ias ver.
Ele é mentiroso. Tu não ganhaste nada.
Convida o gajo para aqui então. Foi quando ele foi X1 contra ti.
Afonso,
eu também não posso.
Tô camuflado, tô camuflado.
MN, o aqui.
Dá balas de SMG.
Quando esse gajo... até decorei a skin do gajo. A skin da Plus. Eu até decorei a skin.
Não tem um pé de... Não! Eu não sabia que estava isto.
Lembra, pá. Agora estava com a skin da Plus.
Vamos lá para tu.
O gajo está
não, assim.
Eu estava com a skin do lado.
Ok, ninguém luteou torres tortas. Sem ser eu.
Como é que sabes?
Não está ninguém em torres. Se matas. Olha, cuidado que eu estou na divisão 6 e é tipo... E é tipo, a ter tido da divisão 5 e 6 é scream. Ah, tu já sabes, foste tu que me avisaste disso.
Não vou tirar porque eu sei quem é.
Não foi eu, Vasco.
Como eu não vou levar o meio de vida? Também para não deixar o meio de vida.
Tu passaste esses pontos com quem?
Tipo em solos.
Já, também.
Ele nem deve saber quem eu sou. Eu pela voz já reconheço quem é o gajo.
Já passei tudo em sol e fui com os amigos. Um amigo meu é que disse para eu começar a fazer lives.
Ah?
É que eu nem queria. Mas agora, olha, ao menos tenho mais pessoas do que um amigo meu. Quando joga. Vou usar pump primeiro. Olha como é que eu estou a organizar uma luta.
Qual era o nome antigo desse cara?
Olha. Esta shot. Ti.
É quem?
Ti. Ti.
Olha, ainda não tenho
agora,
shot.
mas eu vou na vida.
Oh, eu lembro bem destes esconderijos aqui, ó Vasco.
O gajo chamava-me nomes lá na parte dos nomes.
Ganda mentiroso, ele nunca chamou nomes a ninguém.
É o Benavides.
Olha, está aqui o gajo. Está morto.
Não morres.
Sabes quanto é que é trio contra squad dela? 80 e tal quilos, mano. Para tu veres. 84 quilos. 85.
Ele estava com um amigo.
Foge.
Não sei, eu acho que o gajo vai mostrar a cara.
Eu não sei.
Vai mostrar a cara.
Então, não dá. Vou morrer.
Usa esse centro.
Uma das seguinte do gajo.
Acho que olha a minha vida. Olha a nossa
Olha,
vida.
isto está a tragar.
Olha, eu matei o amigo de um.
Eu sei. Aqui não dá. Se calhar não virei de podes dar-me a mim.
Yeah.
Então, por que não jogaste o dia todo? Eu disse que eu pequeno. Ah, pois é, já.
Oh, o que é que ele fez? Deu a apontar alguém?
Estava a andar de carrinho. E digo, estavam a dizer que foi um travão. Eu disse, não estava a encontrar o travão. Eu digo, aquilo tinha tipo alto na estrada.
Um e-mail chinês.
E depois tipo, aquilo subiu. Eu ainda deu tipo um salto. Subiu para o lado. Parecia e parecia
Olha,
os gajos aqui a sair dos carros. Olha.
Eu não sei, mas...
Está bugado. Olha aí, já viste os gajos do campeonato a jogar? Alguém? Tá surdo. Oh mano, esses gajos ficam surdos, mano. Fogo, mas tem mais gajos, mano. Tem de sempre haver mais gajos. Olha aí, o Vitor é que anda mentiroso, mano.
Ai, eu tanto que é falar baixo.
Olha aí, o Vitor é a pessoa mais mentirosa que eu já vi na vida, mano.
Juro que eu estou a ver as damas.
Cabo!
Não sou eu a jogar.
Bora de novo.
Oh, mãe!
Já vai. Ó Vasco, eu vou jogar criativo.
Então depois nós vamos ser contigo, tá?
Não, calma. O que é que vocês querem fazer? Ah, ok.
Fazer uma missão rápida e depois já... Não. Mas não quero ganhar 500. Não, vou ganhar 100 e com 500. Ai, mas já ganhou na Copa. Ganhou. Sabes que tipo, eles só tipo... Eles ganham, mas isso é só para ganhar pontos, para depois classificarem-se. Por isso ganhar não importa nada.
Oh, um gajo ganhou 10 mil.
10 mil quê?
Dólares.
10 mil paus. Depois é Epic Games. Está aqui o teu pagamento e escolhe das árvores.
Vasco.
Sim, siga lá. Está aqui o teu pagamento.
Vasco.
Sim.
Eu aposto que tu ganhas ao Gui no X1. Se ganhas a ele, eu dou-te 10 paus.
Vais ali.
Yeah.
Mas é verdade, não me faço. Estás constipado.
Está com ranhoca. Vai lá se não sai pelo cu.
Já parece que fala assim ranhoca e...
Não dá para entrar no...
Alguém, sabias uma coisa? Quando eu era pequenino, surfava na banheira. Um dia escorreguei e bati com os cornos na torneira. Badi badum, 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 badeiro.
Pá, nessas cenas das barras. Eu estava a meter para clicar e aquela merda não dava. Baduz.
Tá surdo. Está tudo a soro. Dá uma picaretada, matas um. Picaretada, matas um. É 10 euros. Olha, eu deixei o outro a 10 de vida.
Eu peguei o Fortbyte, os gajos deixaram-me pegar o Fortbyte. Os gajos pararam de disparar-me quando eu ia pegar o Fortbyte.
Ó Didi, já estou a desfilar com os foguinhos.
O Fortbyte é o quê?
É um Fortbyte.
Não, é tipo uma estrela, é?
Fala baixo!
Não, é tipo...
Oh, burro! Gaita do caraças!
Pesquisa no YouTube um Fortbyte. Pesquisa no YouTube um Fortbyte. Olha, faltam-me 5 Fortbytes para eu completar tudo.
Oh, mas ainda não são, ainda são 9 e 8.
A mim faltam 5 Fortbytes para ganhar o
O que é um Fortbyte? Pode-me mostrar?
Vou comer pizza, até logo, meus tropas. Já venho.
Tu tens Battle Pass? Não, não posso.
Eu sei que não sou.
Principalmente eu estava a perguntar o que é um Fortbyte.
O que é um Fortbyte?
Um Fortbyte é um cubinho que tem um...
Afonso, onde é que está aquela cena?
Ah, já, está ali. Número 33.
30 mil.
Número 13. Já venho, vou comer pizza.
O pior é que o trailer do Battle Pass mostra um Fortbyte.
Já venho.
Onde é que está um Fortbyte do Battle Pass. Mostra lá no cruzamento da Scata o Fortbyte. E acho que também mostra o do... Sabes porque é que eu antes não me interessava por Fortnite? Porque eu não lutava contigo. Está aqui um ícone! Um tanque! Um ícone! Riquinho, playboy! Olha a nave! Olha a nave! Oh mano, que é esse nave? Olha a nave! Olha a nave! Imagina que ela agora era grande assim. 69? Não, é 67. Ah, 69. Não, 67. Avançava aqui. Vou buscar aqui uma arma. Seus panucas. Vou logo descer. Seus panucas. Olha, vem uma sniper. Já apanhei o Fortbyte. Uma sniper. E agora? Quem é que é ser snipada? Quem é que é ser snipada? Para mim. Guides, mano. Olha o nabo. Olha o nabo. Não jogas nada. Tens que skin, nabo. Nabo tens que skin. É skin do nabo. Não, ele tem a picareta do cemitério. Não sei o nome daquilo. Só está com skin. Está com skin de futebol, quase que aposto. Está com skin de futebol com coisa. Dos pros. Com o escudo do coisa. Mas o gajo não é 69, não é? 66. Não é 69. 67 é o que está a dar. 69. Ai, mano, estás aqui a achar? Editar, tipo... Estás aqui a achar, mas já não sei, pode... Não, árbitro... Não, quem é que ele vai matar de aquele cabo? Eu tenho duas bombas, tenho bombas de peido e... Alguém, por que tu marcaste a tática? Lucinha roubou uma tática. Que pena, olha, eu tenho aqui uma cena para ti na cama. Vasco, anda cá. Está aqui uma tática. O que é esta voz que está-me a chamar? Tem aqui uma arma preferida. Tu é verdade.
Olha, temos um nabo na nossa equipa.
Eu sei, nós já estávamos a usar com ela. Mas o gajo não é 69, o gajo é 67. Isso é que é nabo.
Olha, eu vou comer, ok?
Ah, já disseste isso há 10 minutos.
Não, estou a falar para a live. Tchau, pessoal.
Isso já